Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Don't watch the clock do what it does. Keep going. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Don't let fear hold you back from living the life you want. Your future is written by the pen of your present actions. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Happiness is found in the simple things in life. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Sometimes later becomes never. Do it now. It's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. The key to success is to focus on goals, not obstacles. Don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits. Wake up with determination. Go to bed with satisfaction. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You can observe a lot just by watching. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Difficulties increase the nearer we get to the goal. Fate is in your hands and no one else's. Be the chief but never the lord. Nothing happens unless first we dream. Well begun is half done. Life is a learning experience only if you learn. Self-complacency is fatal to progress. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. What you give is what you get. We can only learn to love by loving. Life is change. Growth is optional. Choose wisely. Anything you really want, you can attain if you really go after it. Having nothing, nothing can he lose. Trouble is only opportunity in work clothes. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Everything in life is luck. Doing nothing is better than being busy doing nothing. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Study the past if you would divine the future. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. Well done is better than well said. Bite off more than you can chew, then chew it. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. Once you choose hope, anything's possible. God always takes the simplest way. One fails forward toward success. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Be as you wish to seem. The world is always in movement. Never mistake activity for achievement. What worries you masters you. One faces the future with one's past. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. Who sows virtue reaps honor. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Talk doesn't cook rice. He is able who thinks he is able. A goal without a plan is just a wish. To succeed, we must first believe that we can. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. A weed is no more than a flower in disguise. Do or do not, there is no try. All serious daring starts from within. The best teacher is experience learned from failures. Think how hard physics would be if particles could think. Love is the flower you've got to let grow. Time is the wisest counselor of all. You give before you get. Wisdom begins in wonder. Without courage, wisdom bears no fruit. Change in all things is sweet. What you fear is that which requires action to overcome. When performance exceeds ambition, the overlap is called success. When deeds speak, words are nothing. Real magic in relationships means an absence of judgment of others. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Skill to do comes of doing. Wisdom is the supreme part of happiness. I believe that every person is born with talent. Important principles may and must be inflexible. The undertaking of a new action brings new strength. The years teach much which the days never know. Our distrust is very expensive. All know the way, few actually walk it. Great talent finds happiness in execution. Faith in oneself is the best and safest course. Courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Anticipate the difficult by managing the easy. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. A short saying often contains much wisdom. Only do what your heart tells you. Life is movement. We breathe, we eat, we walk, we move. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Victory belongs to the most persevering. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. In order to win, you must expect to win. A goal is a dream with a deadline. You can do it if you believe you can. Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. Smile, breathe, and go slowly. Nobody will believe in you unless you believe in yourself. Do more than dream, work. No man was ever wise by chance. He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. Don't ruin the present with the ruined past. Do something wonderful, people may imitate it. Do one thing every day that scares you. If you cannot be silent, be brilliant and thoughtful. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. What we think, we become. The shortest answer is doing. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Trusting our intuition often saves us from disaster. Truth is powerful and it prevails. Silence is a fence around wisdom. Society develops wit, but its contemplation alone forms genius. The simplest things are often the truest. Yesterday I dared to struggle, today I dare to win. If you can dream it, you can do it. It is better to travel well than to arrive. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. You have to believe in yourself. Our intention creates our reality. From little acorns, mighty oaks do grow. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Speak low if you speak love. A really great talent finds its happiness in execution. Reality leaves a lot to the imagination. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Growth itself contains the germ of happiness. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Rainbows apologize for angry skies. Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. Whatever happens, take responsibility. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. If the shoe doesn't fit, must we change the foot? Each day provides its own gifts. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. To bring anything into your life, imagine that it's already there. Begin to weave and God will give you the thread. The more you know yourself, the more you forgive yourself. Without faith, nothing is possible. With it, nothing is impossible. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Whatever we expect with confidence becomes our own self-fulfilling prophecy. Everything you can imagine is real. Fear is a dark room where negatives develop. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. Someone is special only if you tell them. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. He who is contented is rich. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Our strength grows out of our weaknesses. We must become the change we want to see. Happiness is found in doing, not merely possessing. We choose our destiny in the way we treat others. Fortune favors the brave. I believe in one thing only, the power of human will. The best way out is always through. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. There is no failure except in no longer trying. No garden is without its weeds. Kind words will unlock an iron door. Problems are only opportunities with thorns on them. Fortune befriends the bold. You're never a loser until you quit trying. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Strong beliefs win strong men and then make them stronger. If you surrender to the wind, you can ride it. Keep yourself to the sunshine, and you cannot see the shadow. Write your plans in pencil and give God the eraser. Pick battles big enough to matter, small enough to win. Don't compromise yourself. You are all you've got. When you doubt your power, you give power to your doubt. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Nature takes away any faculty that is not used. If you wish to be a writer, write. Either you run the day, or the day runs you. To accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act. Patience is the companion of wisdom. The mind is everything, what you think you become. To enjoy life, we must touch much of it lightly. To fly, we have to have resistance. Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much. There is no greater harm than that of time wasted. Fears are nothing more than a state of mind. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Blaze with the fire that is never extinguished. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. No is easier to do. Yes is easier to say. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Every problem has a gift for you in its hands. Don't smother each other. No one can grow in the shade. An ant on the move does more than a dozing ox. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Minds are like parachutes. They only function when open. Good timber does not grow with ease. The stronger the wind, the stronger the trees. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Practice yourself for heaven's sake in little things, and then proceed to greater. If one does not know to which port is sailing, no wind is favorable. If you don't know where you are going, you will probably end up somewhere else. By believing passionately in something that does not yet exist, we create it. Successful people ask better questions, and as a result, they get better answers. The doors we open and close each day decide the lives we live. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. Through perseverance, many people win success out of what seemed destined to be certain failure. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only a page. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Be miserable, or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. You have enemies? Good. That means you've stood up for something sometime in your life. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Opportunity is missed by most because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. When your desires are strong enough, you will appear to possess superhuman powers to achieve. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world right in the eye. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. Be what you are. This is the first step toward becoming better than you are. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. Where there is great love, there are always miracles. Life is a progress and not a station. I have often regretted my speech, never my silence. Silence is deep as eternity. Speech is shallow as time. To avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. You can't shake hands with a clenched fist. Think as a wise man, but communicate in the language of the people. Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. Sadness flies away on the wings of time. To be wrong is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Yesterday's home runs don't win today's games. If a man does his best, what else is there? The secret of success is constancy to purpose. All seasons are beautiful for the person who carries happiness within. All things change, nothing perishes. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Imagination is the highest kite one can fly. The beginning of knowledge is the discovery of something we do not understand. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. Whenever you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. I believe that we are fundamentally the same and have the same basic potential. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Each misfortune you encounter will carry in it the seed of tomorrow's good luck. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and realize that prisoner was you. In separateness lies the world's great misery. In compassion lies the world's true strength. All the great performers I have worked with are fueled by a personal dream. One of the advantages of being disorderly is that one is constantly making exciting discoveries. I never see what has been done. I only see what remains to be done. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. It is not so important to know everything as to appreciate what we learn. The bird of paradise alights only upon the hand that does not grasp. To be upset over what you don't have is to waste what you do have. If we did the things we are capable of, we would astound ourselves. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Life is a process. We are a process. The universe is a process. I think somehow we learn who we really are and then live with that decision. We learn what we have said from those who listen to our speaking. A little knowledge that acts is worth infinitely more than much knowledge that is idle. The worst bankrupt in the world is the person who has lost his enthusiasm. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others. Everything is perfect in the universe, even your desire to improve it. The universe is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. A thing long expected takes the form of the unexpected when at last it comes. I don't believe in failure. It is not failure if you enjoyed the process. If you light a lamp for somebody, it will also brighten your path. I have done my best. That is about all the philosophy of living one needs. The secret to a rich life is to have more beginnings than endings. It is only when the mind and character slumber that the dress can be seen. Reviewing what you have learned and learning anew, you are fit to be a teacher. Think for yourselves and let others enjoy the privilege to do so too. Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. Better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. The best way to pay for a lovely moment is to enjoy it. Slow down and everything you are chasing will come around and catch you. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. In the end, we retain from our studies only that which we practically apply. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. The world makes way for the man who knows where he is going. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. It is fatal to enter any war without the will to win it. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly. Most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. More often than not, anger is actually an indication of weakness rather than of strength. Before you put on a frown, make absolutely sure there are no smiles available. A man of ability and the desire to accomplish something can do anything. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. No man can succeed in a line of endeavor which he does not like. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. They say that time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. If you would take, you must first give. This is the beginning of intelligence. Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort. To study and not think is a waste. To think and not study is dangerous. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. If you want your life to be more rewarding, you have to change the way you think. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent in doing nothing. Don't leave a stone unturned. It's always something to know you have done the most you could. A little more persistence, a little more effort, and what seemed hopeless failure may turn to glorious success. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. Success means having the courage, the determination, and the will to become the person you believe you were meant to be. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. The reason most goals are not achieved is that we spend our time doing second things first. You can't let praise or criticism get to you. It's a weakness to get caught up in either one. Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you won't do anything with it. The minute you settle for less than you deserve, you get even less than you settled for. There is only one success: to be able to spend your life in your own way. You're not obligated to win. You're obligated to keep trying to do the best you can every day. Everyone can taste success when the going is easy, but few know how to taste victory when times get tough. You may be deceived if you trust too much, but you will live in torment if you don't trust enough. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can find yourself by coming into the present. Patience is a virtue, but you will never ever accomplish anything if you don't exercise action over patience. What is new in the world? Nothing. What is old in the world? Nothing. Everything has always been and will always be. Genuine love should first be directed at oneself. If we do not love ourselves, how can we love others? Learn all you can from the mistakes of others. You won't have time to make them all yourself. Judge nothing, you will be happy. Forgive everything, you will be happier. Love everything, you will be happiest. When you see a man of worth, think of how you may emulate him. When you see one who is unworthy, examine yourself. The first step to getting the things you want out of life is this: decide what you want. Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. If you'll not settle for anything less than your best, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish in your lives. Forget about all the reasons why something may not work. You only need to find one good reason why it will. To be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. Every time you smile at someone, it is an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. You were not born a winner, and you were not born a loser. You are what you make yourself be. Today, give a stranger a smile without waiting for it. May be the joy they need to have a great day. Sadness may be part of life, but there is no need to let it dominate your entire life. Don't wait for your feelings to change to take the action. Take the action, and your feelings will change. Take things as they are. Punch when you have to punch. Kick when you have to kick. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. We cannot change our memories, but we can change their meaning and the power they have over us. There are 2 kinds of failures: those who thought and never did, and those who did and never thought. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. One secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. There are only 2 mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. I am always doing that which I cannot do, in order that I may learn how to do it. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning. Give it all you've got, because you never know if there's going to be a next time. Nothing is predestined. The obstacles of your past can become the gateways that lead to new beginnings. You have to take it as it happens, but you should try to make it happen the way you want to take it. Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Edison failed 10,000 times before he made the electric light. Do not be discouraged if you fail a few times. The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Let your hook always be cast. In the pool where you least expect it, there will be a fish. If you love someone, set them free. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, they never were. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe. There are 2 primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist, or accept responsibility for changing them. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Poor man is not he who is without a cent, but he who is without a dream. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. You cannot make yourself feel something you do not feel, but you can make yourself do right in spite of your feelings. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. People of mediocre ability sometimes achieve outstanding success because they don't know when to quit. Most men succeed because they are determined to. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. Don't turn away from possible futures before you're certain you don't have anything to learn from them. A successful person is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others throw at him or her. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Meaning is not what you start with, but what you end up with. When the solution is simple, God is answering. Do not turn back when you are just at the goal. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. You might well remember that nothing can bring you success but yourself. Watch the little things. A small leak will sink a great ship. Your big opportunity may be right where you are now. Accept challenges so that you may feel the exhilaration of victory. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. Always be smarter than the people who hire you. Formula for success: under-promise and over-deliver. Your future depends on many things, but mostly on you. Fear grows in darkness. If you think there's a bogeyman around, turn on the light. The most important point is to accept yourself and stand on your 2 feet. As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big. Without some goals and some efforts to reach it, no man can live. He who obtains has little, he who scatters has much. Myths which are believed in tend to become true. It is never too late to be what you might have been. The beginning is always today. Self-trust is the first secret of success. Don't look back. Something might be gaining on you. Happiness is a Swedish sunset. It is there for all, but most of us look the other way and lose it. Trust your own instinct. Your mistakes might as well be your own instead of someone else's. If you take each challenge one step at a time, with faith in every footstep, your strength and understanding will increase. Everyone should carefully observe which way his heart draws him, and then choose that way with all his strength. Do not give your attention to what others do or fail to do. Give it to what you do or fail to do. Life's challenges are not supposed to paralyze you. They're supposed to help you discover who you are. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting a few drops on yourself. It is not the mistake that has the most power. Instead, it is learning from the mistake to advance your own attributes. The amount of happiness that you have depends on the amount of freedom you have in your heart. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. Sometimes it is better to lose and do the right thing than to win and do the wrong thing. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. I cannot give you the formula for success, but I can give you the formula for failure, which is, try to please everybody. The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Fear of failure is one attitude that will keep you at the same point in your life. Friends are those rare people who ask how we are and then wait to hear the answer. Genuine love should first be directed at oneself. If we do not love ourselves, how can we love others? It's so simple to be wise. Just think of something stupid to say and then don't say it. Until you make peace with who you are, you will never be content with what you have. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. The purpose of learning is growth, and our minds, unlike our bodies, can continue growing as we continue to live. For every failure, there's an alternative course of action. You just have to find it. It is surprising what a man can do when he has to, and how little most men will do when they don't have to. Nobody made a greater mistake than he who did nothing because he could do only a little. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. Do not be embarrassed by your mistakes. Nothing can teach us better than our understanding of them. This is one of the best ways of self-education. To do all that one is able to do is to be a man. To do all that one would like to do is to be a god. If you let go a little, you will have a little peace. If you let go a lot, you will have a lot of peace. Man is not sum of what he has already, but rather the sum of what he does not yet have, of what he could have. Arriving at one point is the starting point to another. The foolish man seeks happiness in the distance. The wise grows it under his feet. Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. When fate hands us a lemon, let's try to make lemonade. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Take heed, you do not find what you do not seek. Real success is finding your life work in the work that you love. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Happiness does not come from having much, but from being attached to little. Every gift from a friend is a wish for your happiness. When you learn, teach. When you get, give. Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. In all chaos there is a cosmos. In all disorder a secret order. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Happiness is as a butterfly which, when pursued, is always beyond our grasp, but which, if you will sit down quietly, may alight upon you. The right way is not always the popular and easy way. Standing for right when it is unpopular is a true test of moral character. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Adversity isn't set against you to fail. Adversity is a way to build your character so that you can succeed over and over again through perseverance. If you break your neck, if you have nothing to eat, if your house is on fire, then you got a problem. Everything else is inconvenience. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Silence is a source of great strength. All men who have achieved great things have been great dreamers. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. We aim above the mark to hit the mark. If you have no respect for your own values, how can you be worthy of respect from others? Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. The spirit, the will to win, and the will to excel are the things that endure. These qualities are so much more important than the events that occur. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding, find out what you already know, and you'll see the way to fly. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to do. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for while knowledge defines all we currently know and understand, imagination points to all we might yet discover and create. You cannot change anything in your life with intention alone, which can become a watered-down, occasional hope that you'll get to tomorrow. Intention without action is useless. Although there may be tragedy in your life, there's always a possibility to triumph. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you, always. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Your sacred space is where you can find yourself again and again. As you think, so shall you become. In seed time learn, in harvest teach, in winter enjoy. Believe deep down in your heart that you're destined to do great things. Small opportunities are often the beginning of great enterprises. When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. The greatest discovery of our generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. As you think, so shall you be.